village of Avebury, and New Agers, young and old, are coming here every day to hang out with megalithic stones. But what's also, pluses for visiting this village is the architecture, the old church, the manor house, and the garden. And we were just lucky enough to rent a little 16th century thatched cottage that was perfect for our stay. This is 1 and 2 Avebury Cottage. And so when we first arrived, we thought that we were going to be sharing this cottage with someone who seen the 2 doors. And it took, I even thought I'd heard somebody in the cottage on this end. But as it turned out, we have the whole cottage to ourselves. It's let's see, 4 bedrooms, which is way too much for us. But it's been perfect, and I'll show you where this door is hidden inside, because there was a debate of where the door was. So let's go around to where we came in on the side. So right away you realize that everything is small in this cottage, and we will, well, let's say Ed will pay the price of hitting his head on these beams several times. It's just not normal to walk around hunched. So this is the entryway, but it's actually kind of like a utility room. And this is something I covet, and maybe one day I'll find. It's this hanging drying rack, and it's so utilitarian because it's attached to a rope. You lower it down and hang your clothes, and then just pull it back up, and it'll dry. Especially with the heat rising to the top of the cottage, it works perfect for drying our clothes.
All right, this is the living room. I guess you'd see, and I think you can see how low the beams are in the ceiling. And I have had intimate contact with all the doorways and beams in this house. Taken quite a few hits on the head, but this is how large it is, and it's quite a lot of room in here for us. The living room has a fireplace, the dining room, and a little bit lower headroom. And you can see here my head is actually hitting the ceiling. And I have to scrunch down a little bit here, and here I have to even drop down more. And this has been a big danger spot for me right here. I haven't quite gotten used to that.
So that cushion on the beam is sort of just superfluous?
Well, somebody there, that's the deadly seat at the table, because you stand up, you're gonna hit your head really well. And this is where the door is concealed. We didn't really spot this for a while. And then that's the other entrance up from the outside of the cottage. And this has been very cozy to have our meals in here. There's another fireplace and a stairway that goes up the other side of the room to the 2nd floor.
Very windy, steep stairs. And I love the collection that she has here of bottles. Here's a very old hot water bottle and a Dr. Nelson's inhaler. The kitchen is very compact, and this is typical of England. The refrigerator is very small, but it's perfectly a perfect size, really. And we're just getting used to going to the market more often and getting our fresh vegetables and stuff. And she has all this wonderful collection of little crocks. These are very old, and they would have held the different condiments that you could have, bought in the day. This is the one I'm on the lookout for. This is James Kyler and Sons Dundee Marmalade. So if I find this in one of the shops at a reasonable price, I'm going to get that. And you'll always find one of these tea kettles. They don't generally have you know, like a kettle that we're used to putting on the stove. This is a Russell Hobbs, which is a quintessential electric tea kettle. You just put the water in, push the button down, and when it comes to the boil, it automatically stops. So it's very safe too. And you can just see all the old stone walls that are all painted white. But this cottage, very, very thick walls, and it retains the heat quite well. So this is one of the 2 staircases going upstairs, and the bathroom, or they call it the toilet, is downstairs. So of course that means in the middle of the night you're stumbling down these very narrow, very steep stairs. And that is one lesson. I always say I'm not going to rent another cottage with the toilet downstairs, but it was worth staying here at the cottage for this inconvenience. So we're going to go upstairs. This is the way to the front bedroom, and you'll see on the wall little silhouettes, a really nice map of Avebury, and again, I even have to duck my head, and I'm 5'6", so duck my head. And this is you can see the view out to the church there. This is the front bedroom, antique sampler and paintings, and a beautiful, whoops. So this is interesting. The ceiling is so high, the door doesn't open all the way. So this cottage has been here since the 16th century. I don't know, I guess they must have had a smaller door at one point. And there's no closet, so you just put all your clothes in the wardrobe, and it's very, very comfortable room. I would guess this is a queen size mattress, and very comfortable. Enjoyed my time here very much. Here's the next. These 2 rooms we didn't really use. We could have had guests come visit us. But this is actually 4 beds here because there's 2 underneath. And then a whole nother room. I love this little sampler. It says, "What more could the heart desire in sunshine or in rain than a quaint old cottage in a little English lane?" Taken out. Can we open the door maybe? Oh, open it. No, let him out, Ed. Just let him out here. No, maybe not. Oh. We rescued the moth. So this is our beautiful little patio garden, and with the flagstone, the lavender is blooming, and this has just been peaceful. The pigeons and the doves are always cooing. The ravens are, well, if you come on out, then we'll see the church spires where the ravens are at. one night I heard a very eerie sound, and I think it was an owl, because it just screeched in a very terrifying manner. Maybe it was catching some animal. But it was, other than that, there has been very little disturbance to our